Luckily, we have another nice Wednesday morning. Lovely to be out in the fresh air. So we're going to start lying down this morning on your backs. So just make yourselves comfortable. You can start with bent knees. And let your back just settle into the earth, feeling the support beneath you. Close your eyes. And as always, just being aware of your surroundings, but keep the eyes closed and just be aware of the sounds and the sensations you can hear. Just bringing yourself into the zone for your yoga practice, leaving behind whatever else is going on in your life at the moment. So we'll bring the awareness back to the breath. You can exhale deeply and then begin your inhale. So as you inhale, just slow it down, consciously inhale deeply into the abdomen and let the breath just rise up as far as it naturally will. Take a little pause at the top of your inhale and then completely exhale, letting go. So as you exhale, really use it as a let go, a mental and a physical release. And again, deep breath in, all the way down. And slowly release. So take 3 more deep breaths in your own time. So finish the next exhale and then just begin to open your eyes, bending the knees and then hug the knees into you, just making little movements on the lower back. Okay, place the feet back on the ground, but keep your knees bent and hug your right knee in. So just hug the right knee in, stretch the right leg up and just make a few ankle circles. Just hold a little bit higher up the leg and draw the right foot a little closer to you just to stretch out the hamstrings. And then place your right foot on your left thigh and let the right knee just drift out to the right. Nice and relaxed. You can keep the hands on the ground, so we'll just let that hip open naturally. And then hug the right knee in and place the right foot back on the ground. So left knee in, stretch the left leg up and make ankle circles. Both directions. Just slide the hands up a little further towards the calf or the ankle as you draw that foot closer to your head. Now bend the knee and place the left foot on the right thigh and let the left knee just drift out to the left. Again, just relax your upper body here. Just let the hips open. Now place your left foot back on the mat. So both knees still bent, hands on the ground, and just let the knees drift from side to side. So like windshield wipers to the right and to the left. Just feeling a little stretch on the waist area. So just keep moving right to left, left to right. And then come back into the center, just roll to your right side and pick it up to come to a seated position. So come into whatever is comfortable for you to sit. So we're going to bring the hands out in front. We're going to do a little bit of work on strengthening the wrists. So take your left hand over your right and just draw the fingers back. So don't push it too much, just to strengthen. A lot of people struggle with their, when we're holding downward dog, so strengthening up the wrists is a good idea. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Just push it back, the fingers back towards you. And one more time, back and forward. And we'll do the other side. So right hand over left, stretch it back. And the other direction. And stretch it back. And down. And then just make a few circles with the wrist, nice and free and loose. Now bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. So just support the back of your neck as you drop your chin towards your chest. And then inhale up and gently bring the head back, but you're supporting the neck here. So look up at the sky and then look down again and up and down and back to looking straight ahead. Release the hands down, come over onto your hands and knees, and we'll just take a child pose for a moment, stretching out. Coming forward onto all fours. We're going to work a little bit more on the wrists now. So we're going to press into the fingers and lift the palms and the wrists. And then stretching back a little bit, come down onto the wrists and lift the fingers. Spread all the fingers. So let your hips come back. Stretch the arms out, lift the fingers. And forward again. So once again, up onto the fingers. Press into the knuckles of the fingers. And then stretch back. Lift the fingers. And come forward onto all fours. So just stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Exhale, round your back. Draw the navel in. Inhale. Lift the head, lift the tailbone. And again, exhale. Inhale. And come back to neutral spine. So we're just going to move forward and back a little bit. So let yourself lean forward and then back over the heels. If you want to, you can curl the toes. And forward again. So again, we're working a little bit on the wrists here, strengthening the wrists. And forward. And back. Turn your hands out to the side, if you can, and just move side to side. Come back to center, bring the hands forward. Okay. So just make a few big circles now, all the way around to the right. Back to center and reverse it. Come back to center. Lovely. Bring your right foot back, curl the toes under, lift that right foot just to hip level. And then see if you can bring the left hand forward. 3, 2, 1, and down. Left leg back, curl the toes under, stretch it and lift it. Press into the left hand, bring the right hand forward. Use your core here as well to help your balance. And 2, and 1, and down. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So shorten your stance maybe a little bit, bring the feet in a little. And begin to walk the feet out. Releasing your head and neck. Now lift up onto your toes. Swivel to the right and drop the heels towards the right. Up again, swivel to the left. And up again to the right. And up and to the left. Back to center. Bend the knees deeply, and this time we're going to walk our hands back towards the feet rather than the other way. So walk the hands back, keep your knees bent, drop your head, take your elbows and just sway from side to side. Bring your hands onto your hips, press into your feet, and we'll come up to a standing position. Okay. So we'll just stand on the mat with the feet about hip distance apart. Inhale the arms up and exhale the arms down. And once again, inhale. This time as you exhale, take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, lift your chest. But keep your tailbone slightly tucked and your navel drawn in. Stretch those arms away, open the chest. Now bring the hands in front, bend the elbows. Right on top, left underneath for eagle arms. So again, see how this feels. If you want to lift a little higher and see if you can get more of a stretch across the back, or you can keep them in closer to you if that's too much. And shake them out. We'll do the other side in front, bend the elbows, left on top, right underneath. This time we're going to bend the knees. So again, remember the rules with squat, weight into the heels, slightly tucking the tailbone and drawing the navel in. And straighten the legs for a moment, keep the arms. We'll bend again into a squat, see if you can go a little bit deeper. And slowly up, release. Roll the arms out, both directions. Lovely. Okay, just roll the hips around a few times just to loosen them out. Lovely. And from the heels to the toes, just rocking a little bit. And now you can come to the top of your mats. So big toes touching, spread the toes, settle the feet into the mat, hands to heart center. Close your eyes and begin the Ujjayi breath. Opening your eyes, hands down by your side. Inhale, take the palms out, reach up, look up. Bend your knees as you fold. Inhale, look out, half lift. Hands flat, we'll step to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Inhale and come into a low cobra. Now pause in your low cobra. Keep the forearms on the ground. Activate the legs. Move the hands back. Press up onto all fours. Curl your toes under to downward dog. So if you want to work the legs a little bit here, you can. Make sure you release the head and neck. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward, step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. Inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold, hands to the ground. Inhale, flat back, look out. Hands flat, step to plank. This time we'll pause in plank for a moment, so stretch back through the heels, press into the hands, draw the navel in. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Inhaling into cobra or upward dog this time. Exhale, roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers, pressing down into the base of the thumb and the index knuckle. Releasing head and neck. And breathe. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. So we're going to start slightly differently now. Keep your hands at your heart center. Settle the weight into the left foot and lift the right leg. So see if you can pause here for a moment. Stretch the right leg back, bring the hands to the ground. Stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale into a downward dog. So just breathing here, stretching out. Exhale, fully inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So this time weight into the right foot, hands at heart center. Bend your left knee, take it up. Flex the foot if you like, pause here. Step the left foot back, hands to the ground. Stepping to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes into a downward facing dog. So maybe beginning to stretch out the backs of the legs a little more now as you're warming up. Lifting the hips just a little higher. Letting the heels drop a little closer to the ground. Exhale, fully inhale, look forward, step or hop the feet to the hands, flat back, look out, exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, and exhale back into Tadasana. So we'll go for one Surya B. Bend the knees, sweep the fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, flat back, look out. Exhale, step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale to a downward dog. Right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward, turn your left heel in. Hands on the hips and then sweep the arms up to warrior one. Just looking up at the sky. Exhale the hands to the ground, step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward dog. Left leg. Knee in, left foot forward, swivel the right heel in, and we'll come up. Sweep the arms up. Look up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes to a downward dog, or at this stage take a child pose if you want to take a break. So again, just come back to the breath. Nothing else matters right now, just the breath and where you are. So exhale fully, inhale, look forward, step or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, look out, exhale, fold. Bend your knees into the squat. Sweep the hands up, Utkatasana, and exhaling back into Tadasana. So standing at the top of your mat, maybe close the eyes and let the breath settle for just a moment. Just enjoy the feeling now of the sun on your skin, and there's a nice breeze there as well, so it's not too hot this morning. So as you open your eyes, we're going to step out to face this side of your mat. Feet wide, turn the right foot out and the left foot in. Bend into the right knee for warrior two. Inhale the arms up and exhale, drop the arms. Now we're going to bring the arms in front, right on top, left underneath, into eagle arms. So you might be taking the right thumb with the left hand. Just to stretch the shoulders a little more. So again, if you can lift a little higher, go for it. If not, keep the elbows in closer to your chest. Slow up, release the hands onto your hips, feet forward, turning left. So left foot out, right foot in, bend the left knee. Inhale the arms out first and exhale down. Bend the elbows, bring them in front, so it's left and top, right underneath. So a lot on the release the hands onto your hips, turn the feet forward again. So right foot out, left foot in. Inhale both arms up. Extend over now to the right hand down, left hand up for Trikonasana. So again, if you need to bend that right knee slightly, please do. Reaching up for the sky once again, really extend up through that left hand. And now bending your right knee, bring your left hand onto your hip, and you can drop the right hand or you can bring the elbow to the inside of the knee for Parsvakonasana. Now rotate your chest open and almost up towards the sky, and if you want to, you can reach up once again, or you can even take that hand all the way over. Press into the outer edge of your left foot to keep you stable. Left hand onto the hip, ease yourself up nice and slowly, and we'll turn the feet forward. So move to your left once again, left foot out, right foot in. Inhale, arms up, extend over now. Left hand down, right hand up for Trikonasana. Bending your left knee, bring your right hand onto your hip and see about dropping the left hand to the ground or bringing the elbow to the inside of the thigh. Rotate again, so open your chest, reach up, stay here or reach over. And right hand to hip, easing up. Turning both feet forward. So go as wide as you can now. Turn your big toes slightly in and your heels slightly out. Hands on the hips, inhale. And exhale. Start with just bringing your fingertips, if they'll come to the ground, and have the body parallel with the ground. And then shift the weight a little more forward if you want to bring the hands down and walk them back. And let your head release. Soften the knees as much as you need to here. I know normally in the studio we'd have blocks and different things here, so we just have to manage with our bodies now when we're out here. Bend your knees, exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and with control, so keep the navel drawn in, keep the legs strong as you come up, and then walk the feet back in towards each other, and we'll come back to the top of the mats. So once again, just stand at the top of your mat with your hands at your heart center. Bring the feet hip distance apart. So we're going to have a go at balancing eagle. Just watching this little doggy there coming to join us. I know, he should be on a lead, but sure. Anyway, hands on your hips and bend your knees. So we're going to take this nice and slowly. Take your right foot across. Now if you want to, you can just bring the foot to the other side of the other foot onto the ground if you want, because it's a little bit more unstable here. So if you want to keep the 2 feet on the ground this morning, you can. Hands in front, and then we're going to bring left on top, right underneath. So again, keep the tailbone slightly tucked, navel drawn in. And then slowly come up, release, shake the arms out. We'll do the other side, over to the right. Bend the knees, cross the left over the right. Arms in front, right on top, left underneath. And just sink into it. So this is good for the legs, good and strong. And then slowly come up, shake the arms, shake the legs, come back to the top of the mats. Hands to heart center. Oops. It's a different feeling, isn't it? There's always little lumps and bumps underneath, but a softer landing if we do fall over. So inhale, take the arms out and up. Stretch up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees. Step back into downward facing dog. Drop onto your knees and come all the way onto your belly into a crocodile pose. So hands on top of one another, forehead on the back of the hands. Just rest for a moment. Push yourself up onto your hands and knees and just come back through child pose. So a nice wide-legged child pose, resting child pose. Now if you want arms alongside the body or hands under the forehead. So sit back onto your heels, roll over and stretch both feet out in front. So moving from side to side until you're sitting on your sitting bones, hands supporting you. Roll the shoulders back and just once again close the eyes and breathe. So we're going to bend both knees. Bring the hands around the shins. Bring your chest up towards your thighs. Now, lift the feet one at a time. Support the backs of the legs. Again, try to keep the chest moving towards the thighs. And if you feel ready to release, let the hands go for Navasana. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, cross your ankles, make fists, lift your hips. And release. Lovely. So from here we're going to come into, you can just hug the knees for a minute if you like and just ease out the back. We're going to come into deer pose if you can. If you can't sit in a deer pose, you can sit in a cross-leg position. So I'm going to take my left leg back and tuck my right foot in against my left. Now if that isn't comfortable in your hips, as I say, just come into a cross-leg position. I think everybody's okay. So you're going to turn to your right. You're going to take your right hand behind and your left hand onto your right shoulder and just twist into it. So you're kind of letting that left hip lift up a little bit. And then coming back to the front, we'll switch the legs over. So it's the right foot back, the left foot tucked in. Left hand behind, right hand on the shoulder, and twist. So this is actually quite a nice twist. It's a nice stretch for the body as well. And slowly come back to the front. Stretch the legs out again and take the legs a little wider. So we're going to bend the knees and take the legs a little bit wide. Bring the hands to heart center. And then begin to creep your hands forward. So if you feel you want to stretch the legs out a little bit more, you can gradually straighten those legs a little bit more or not. Totally up to you. If you're straightening the legs, maybe start to point the toes up and stretch into the heels. And keep the chest and the chin moving forward, just looking ahead of you. Slowly walk the hands back and bring the legs together. So point your toes away, bring your hands behind you. Inhale as you lift the chest. You can keep the chin down or you can look up, but it depends on how your neck feels this morning, so always be guided by how your body feels. Slowly release. So repeat that, or we'll come into tabletop with the feet hip distance apart and the knees bent. So remember, repeat the first one if that's what you want to do, and then pressing into the feet and the hands, lifting up. Press down strongly into your feet, particularly your big toes. Make sure the feet are about hip distance. And then drop your hips towards your heels. Slowly come up, wrap the hands around the shins and drop your head. And now slowly ease yourself back down onto your back. Hug your knees in and make a few little circles at the base of the spine. Place your feet back on the mat. So we're going to go for bridge pose. Feet hip distance apart and walk the heels back so you can hopefully just tip them with your fingertips. Pressing into the feet, lift the hips. Maybe lift the lower back, that might be as far up as you're coming, or if you're coming higher, lift the middle and the upper back. Maybe walk the hands in underneath and interlace the fingers. So slowly begin to lower your back. If your hands are interlaced, bring the hands out, lower the back down or vertebrae by vertebrae and hug the knees into you. Place your feet back on the mat. Knees are still bent now, and we're going to do that eagle pose lying down. So no danger of falling. Cross the right leg over the left. Lift the feet. Bring the arms up, bend the elbows, left over right. And then maybe try to bring the elbows and the knees towards each other. Doesn't matter if they don't touch, that's fine. Okay, release your hands onto the mat. Release your feet onto the mat, but keep the right leg over the left. Shift your hips to the right and roll onto your left side, looking back to your right to come into a nice twist. Rolling back onto your back, uncross the legs. So now we bring the left over the right, lift the feet, bend the elbows, right arm over left, and draw the knees and the elbows towards each other. Bring the arms back onto the mat. Bring the feet down and just keep the left leg crossed as you shift your hips now to the left, roll to the right. Head rolls back if possible to the left, look along the left arm. And now roll back onto your backs, uncross the legs. And if you need to hug in and just have a little roll around on the lower back, you can do that. And then we're going to get ready for Shavasana. So again, it's a little bit cooler at the moment, so you might need to put an extra layer on you. So you can lie down into whatever is a comfortable position for you. Close your eyes. and just wriggle around until you settle your body comfortably into the mat. Just drop the shoulders and let the arms drift out away from you a little bit. You can have the knees bent, you can have the legs straight with the feet just flopping out to the side. Or you can lie on your side if lying on your back isn't comfortable. So just get into whatever will be a comfortable position for you. And as you close your eyes, again, you can be aware of the sounds and the sensations around you. And then you can let that awareness go as you bring your awareness just to your body and to your breath. So trying to have the breath and the body in sync with each other. They're both in the same place at the same time. Not like our minds, which tend to drift off in all sorts of directions. So we'll try to keep the mind on the breath and the body. Exhale now through your nose. And inhale deeply for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1 and 2, and pause. Exhale, 2 and 1. Deep inhale now for a count of 1. Pause at the top of the inhale. And fully exhale. So just take a few more deep breaths in and out. All the time just quietening the mind. So letting go now of the breath. Settle your body just a little deeper into your mat. Relax the crown of your head, all of your scalp, the back of your head, your forehead, your eyelids, cheeks, lips, tongue, chin and throat. Relax the back of your neck, your shoulders, all the way down the arms to the palms, to the backs of the hands, to each one of your fingers. Relax your chest, your rib cage, your abdomen and your lower abdomen. Relax from the base of your neck all the way down to your tailbone. Relax your pelvis, down your thighs, through your knees, shins and calves, ankles, heels, soles of your feet, tops of your feet, and into each of your toes, until you feel your whole body is completely relaxed. So just being aware that at this moment, this breath, everything is okay and just as it should be. There's nothing else you need to worry about, nowhere else you need to be. So let your awareness come back once again to the surface. So just begin to deepen the breath a little bit. Now begin to move your body, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Slowly take the head from side to side. Inhale deeply to stretch your arms overhead, stretch your legs out. Exhale as you bring the arms back down and hug the knees in. Rolling over now onto your side and taking 3 deep breaths. In your own time, push yourself to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale as you open your eyes. Namaste. So thank you once again for coming. Turned out to be a nice morning for yoga. We've been lucky enough with the Wednesday so far, but that's how it is. So once again, I would suggest if you want to donate again to Helpful Steps, or if anybody would like to donate maybe to Pieta, they're all good charities. They all need our donations at the moment. So anything that you would decide to do would be greatly appreciated. So thanks once again for coming. I'll be here on Saturday, and I know most of you Wednesday suits you, so hopefully we'll be here again next Wednesday. Thanks a million. Talk to you soon.